So, Sony, I like the company. I do. I generally like the company. I don't have a beef with them initially. I think they had good software, they have good hardware points. You know, they're even out pretty good company. Everyone can agree the PlayStation 2 probably gave them some good times. PlayStation 1 obviously gave them some good times, unless they had Sega Saturns or whatever else. Or if they had Xboxes, this doesn't apply to them, I suppose, because they're richer kids than me. But with the PlayStation 2, we knew what we were getting out of the box. With the option of a network adapter we could plug into there and play Final Fantasy XI or SOCOM or whatever else. And we had a jolly old time, right? The prices of things were fair, everyone was just happy. PlayStation 3 comes out, $4.99, $5.99. Again, you knew what you were getting. The price of the hardware is a little bit steep, I guess, for Sony, or they're just trying to inflate it, who knows. China shops do charge a lot of money after all. Not really. So then they charge that price for 20 gigabytes to 60 gigabytes, and we're able to install Linux on these services on this device, and we're able to play and pretty much own what we had to a degree. Obviously things changed a little bit. Sony got a little bit more Apple-ish. Apple-ish meaning they fine-tooth comb what they got for a product and basically say, no, you can't have that, no, you can't have that, pay for that, pay for that. That's generally how it is with most digital services, most services in general, right? I'm not here to disagree. Some of these services are unfair, because some of them are fair to a fair cost price. The point here is that the PlayStation Now is not under those categories of fair priced, nor is it even anything, I would say, consistent to backwards compatibility for the console. Now, if it was backwards compatible, it would allow us to play the PlayStation 3 games in the tray and allow us to play our games. Now, with that bared in mind, they could easily emulate a service or a emulator built into the console, which the console's pretty beefy enough to do so. They could have allowed us to do that by now, or by then. So, where's the problem? Where's the backwards compatibility? Where's all this stuff that we're supposedly, that would have made the console even more viable for the $400 price tag? Well, again, the $400 price tag, they cut costs because of the fact they wanted to keep it cheap, because of supposedly the economy, which, of course, that's a valuable thing to even note. The economy. So, for the economized price of the console, $400, they made it so that was a little bit fair then versus its older generation. But still, it was a kick in the shins because we all full fucking know, anyone who's a techie would know the cost to make a laser, or even put a laser or an extra laser, or anything in particular that would allow us to play a PlayStation disc on the said console now would be no problem. Even emulating the service would be no problem. And then, of course, putting up an iron curtain so that way we cannot access our old PlayStation 3 games, which are digital, might I add. Again, it just makes me scratch my head and go, well, wait a minute. What the fuck? So, what they're trying to tell me is that all that stuff we bought in our old console means jack shit now, which is true. So, with the PlayStation 3, the motive is either you keep it and use it to play your older stuff, or you're just shit out of luck. Which generally is the case if you just decided to sell your PlayStation 3 because you were all gung-ho about the PlayStation 4. Which luckily I still have my PlayStation 3. Luckily I still have my PlayStation 2, and luckily I still have my PlayStation 1. So, I'm not really up shit's creek too much. But for those folks who decided they wanted to upgrade and get themselves a PlayStation 4 and that next step up in advanced technology, you're just out of luck. If you feel like you need to play something from the previous generation, again, you're out of luck. Either you bootleg it, you pirate it in a computer, play it on a computer, or I don't know what. But to me, personally, this pricing, for example, 4 hours you get $2.99 just to play Just Cause 2 or something related to that. 7 days, $5.99. 30 days, $7.99. I'm sorry, $5.99 for 7 days. 30 days for $7.99. And for $15 you get 90 days. Now, I don't know where the fuck they got their damn math from, but holy shit, that is far-fetched. Now, for the PlayStation Now to me be viable, they would allow us to subscribe to it or something like that, or add time or points with a PlayStation Network card or something. For like $15 a month to get access to all the entire PlayStation 3 library or something. That would have been completely better. It would have been on par with OnLive. It would have been on par with other digital services which stream things. But instead, Sony decided they want to go with the entire thing. You go, fuck it, we're just going to charge you these taxed rates, and if you don't like it, too bad. Even though half these prices on some of these selections for this game, you might as well just buy the physical copy and get yourself a PlayStation 3 at this rate. Which again, I would say that this so far service has dropped the ball. Now, if you're defending the service going, well, I got rid of my PlayStation 3 and I don't mind paying this much money. Well, that's fine. I mean, you have disposable income, you're using your credit card. I don't know what you're doing for payments here. If you're enjoying the service, cool. For me, quite frankly, it's a massive waste of time. I mean, this is sort of like the whole scenario. People liked for example, the Atari 5200, but if anyone else hated it, oh, they were just dead to them. That was practically it. But anyway, PlayStation Now, pretty terrible service. I wouldn't recommend it. Have I personally bought anything? No, I don't see the point to. Have I watched people stream it live? Yes. It streamed okay. There was a few hiccups here and there, but streamed okay. For the price range, not worth it though. Absolutely not worth it. For all the prices that you would pay for half these rental bits and pieces here and there, you could just go off and get a PlayStation 3 or just dust off your PlayStation 3 and just play that. So, anyway, that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Take it easy, touch my nipples, see you later.